Magic. Straight up voodoo magic. Aye. New Wave Mafia in the building, y'all.
Hey, yo, Grizz, talk to them, bro.
I'm back in, I'm winning. Only blue face I'm spinning. And WM on the fitted. Blue diamonds, yeah, I'm addicted. Big booming here drilling. Got a mad chemist and a dentist. Get popped like a prescription when them demon boys straight sinning. When a bad man come, the blood is spinning. When you step to us, who the fuck's you kidding, man? Fuck your opinion. Fuck 'em, bitch, fuck 'em. Voodoo mixed with the black magic. In my eyes, you can see havoc. I pull rats and automatics. I'm an automaniac with a dog on your cabin. Bitch trapped out. I'm bad with computers, but I'm bringing the max out. Trapping the packs, I'm sending the pack out. She wanna see me, but I'm busy getting blackout. Get fucked up. Don't come in here and test your luck, son. Got your name on the jaw and a haunch ya. I'm a warlock, he's a Hugh gun. It can get graphic, we not talking. Wanna find out when the devil's knocking. Plotting, leave you on the ground just rotten. With your left breath, I'm watching. See with caution. There's no one be like him. Dead in a coffin. What I spit is toxic on your conscience. Makes you nauseous. Left in hospice. Look. You look sick now. I light the fuse on the sticks now. Plug your ears cause the shit's loud. Bitch bow and get swept by the mushroom cloud. It's the countdown. I turn this bitch to a ghost town. When you hear boom, you shake the ground. Boom.
Make that nigga drink gasoline. I'll catch a body like a trampoline. Glock attached with a tambourine. I ain't gotta aim it cause it gotta be. Masked up like Halloween. Homies mixing joints like they Charlie Sheen. Big booming, I'm a drill machine. Practicing black magic, I'm from New Orleans. When we bored, we be spinning blocks. Catch her up. White chalk. Like a pill, I can get you popped. Any minute, I can start your clock. Booming. Niggas know my bot. No alcohol, I can send you shots. Glock on my hip. Working my socks. I had the Bronx. My name was Brock. I'm important, you won't catch me lacking. All my guns, got attachments. We be more than rapping. You won't think I'm leaving cause I'm always packing. I'm always spawned, they not on my level. I'm a diamond, you're a pebble. Big Grizz, I'm with the devil. No brakes, this is all pedal. Booming. Make that nigga drink gasoline. I'll catch your body like a trampoline.
Glock attached with
With a tambourine, I ain't gotta aim it cause it gotta be.
Yeah. How we feeling about that, y'all?
Let's go.
This track called Maiden K&O.
Lifted off the diamonds, put it in my lungs already. All I wanna do is get high enough to see Serengeti. Just put in the dreadies, look into my eyes. You know I'm ready, head on a swivel, but my vision steady. I've not been on the mic, but on the decks I'm kinda deadly. Move like a shinobi, you won't notice I'm too stealthy. By the time you see me, it'll be time to say see you later. Too busy chasing paper, you're not on my radar.
Jay Son the motherfucking die, y'all. Eating in the lobby, I'm diving in kamikaze, yeah. Fuck the paparazzi, I'm your Gotti, me some Gotti. If you need it, yeah, I got it. Told this shit in, I'm gon' pop it, yeah. Smoking on this broccoli, this liquor, it got me nauseous, yeah. Feeling the wax, I'm feeling the brew. New wave in the stage, we setting the mood. Running, I'm gunning, I'm come for your crew. Fooling myself if I'm telling the truth. Hey, yeah, I'm for the trap. If I'm in the streets, don't be giving me daps. I'm here for this money, I'm flipping it back. Booming. Hey.
I got an all black flow Wakanda. Finna go hit a lick with my ganga. I'm Dominican, but got shot like a Rasta. Shorty black and white, I can hold a partner. Baby, I'm a gangster, that's just what it is. That's all I know since I was a kid. Lick on my nuts, little bitch. Lick on my nuts while you swallow this dick. Yeah, I'm on probation, but I still keep the chrome. 7 in the body, 1 in the dome. Currently headed pocket full of provolone. Bitch, we the mob, I feel like I'm Capone. My name is Boomin', I'm with the Dada. I see a bad bitch, I know she gon' holler. Spanish bitches call me Papi, other bitches call me Papa.
Booming.
Y'all know who the fuck it is. Big Grizz, Grizz up in this bitch. Alright, I'm gonna kill this shit.
Kill him.
Hold up. Asian pussy, call me Sheena Gotti. Getting sloppy toppy in a Maserati. Kamikaze hit the thotty, yeah. Crashing to the lobby, splashing like tsunami. Hotter than some sake, popping Molly with a posse. Popping the bottles of the Bacardi, shaking my head and she thinks that I'm naughty. After the party, I'm taking her home and I'm eating her body. I like them naughty. Yeah, Shawty got a body, ride me all night. Kawasaki. When my baddie be bratty, she be screaming out, daddy.
New word. What's up, Memphis Box, you feel me? It's gonna be on NWM Collectives Volume 2, Hardcore Tennessee Inspiration. Gang. Ay. Tell him, Grizz.
Fuck what the haters be saying.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck what it bitch be playing.
Yeah.
I've been blazing in gaming so long that I think that I'm about to go Super Saiyan. Hey. Think you hard, you just a bust down. When I come around, I'm busting your door down. Yelling, get down with the get down. All you motherfuckers ain't shit now. Copping the money, the mood of the paper. Sweeney Todd with the razor. Pray to your savior, life's in danger. When the smoke clears, I just be a vapor. Buck up, don't get the fuck up. Fuck up, or you gonna meet a chrome 4-5 with a close up. Bitch, you don't know what's spilling your guts like a shogun.
Fuck with the bomb and get shot.
Get the first down or you're gonna get mopped, so stop. Act like you're hard cause you know you not. You soft, get licked with an airsoft bullets. Pop, pop, pop for all the moms. I'm never gonna stop. Let's see them drop. Flipping them hands, making the ends of it up, get the dub and my squad always wins. Them haters pretend they all just who sins. I'm cutting them off, all I need is their friends. God send, always trust in. With the squad we always us in. With the squad we always us in. With the squad we always us in.
Booming. Ay.
New Wave Mafia.
Yeah.
Booming.
Ay.
Ay.
Don't play with my money, it's like playing with my feelings. When I was young, all my idols were drug dealings. When I cross the work, you won't catch me speeding. The double, the empire, music engineering. Don't fuck with the mouth, cause you gonna get shot. Rockin' this Gucci, man, I feel like what? I'll forever be a thug. Shout out to Pac. When we perform, the whole crowd yelling squad. Booming. Yeah, I'm a hefe with all that I've done. I pray I'll go to heaven. I came from getting drunk at 7-11. Come to the back into action discretion. Get the fuck around us if you ain't real. I open carry, I don't conceal. If we teach you, little boy, don't steal. Shit comes around like a Ferris wheel. Squad. Aye.
Booming. Ay.
Big, I'm back, but I never left. If you ain't right, little buddy, get left. We leave you stretched, or leave you stressed. Boy, you is pussy, boy, you is sex. Why you think we made FOW? All we do is flex.
All we do is flex. Booming. Jay Son motherfucking dying, y'all. You know what it is. Gotta keep it wavy, grinding on the daily. Stay chasing them hundreds, yeah, them Benjis I stay chasing. I'm running it up. Jay some motherfucker, yeah, I got the stuff. Team full of winners, we come for the cup. You got the juice, throw that shit up. Show love to your crew, throw that shit up. Find up in the cast, let's tear this bitch up. Hey, Astro blasted, dabbing, magic, see the Zaza, I'ma grab it. Mix the potion, look em up, this new wave flow just like the ocean. They talking hops until it's blocker. Jason up on the track, I'm a rude motherfucker. I'll stay with it, boy. Don't play with me, boy. Make the moves right and come get paid with your boy. So fly like a hoe, bitch. You know I'm sorry. I be getting that dough in, boy. I can get some more in. A thug with no money's like a rig with no boarding. If you ain't talking family money, shit just that important.
Jeez, Rick, that was a really good one right there.
Just one more adventure, Morty. Fuck high school.
How many more are we gonna go, Morty? School's for dweebs, Morty.
You
Get
wanna
out of
go
school
on
and
real
do drugs, Morty.
adventures?
You found paradise in America.
Yeah.
Mafioso.
Gang.
Squad.
New way.
You said you're coming to my house on the day my daughter's to be married, and you asked me to do murder.
Homo neck cut pole, suit and top, but we cutthroat. Warm minds, bruised knuckles. Born dirty, had to hustle. Bow down, go kiss the ring. No favors done on the wedding day. Family there, time to celebrate. Nobody stop, gotta feel the play. Used to be the boy, now the man is made. Move like lasagna, get the layer cake. Sit back, enjoy the rain. Clear skies, Jay, sunny day. Nike check or just do it. Got a loan on your chain, you might lose it. To my pawn shop for my jeweler. So don't you go acting all stupid. Lone star, diamonds and gold. Gambling shit like which fighter gon' fold. Making the bread, what a day gon' fold. Asking myself like which hater done told. Mafia, mafia, we the good fellas. Down ass mob, no Ray Liotta. Moving the shadow, making the quota. Bitch, I'm the dog with the drip of the Yoda. Gang.
Booming. 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 Booming.
Ay.
Like GTA, we be on a mission. NWM, head of the commission. Got the rap game in a submission. So everything's with numbers like a mathematician. I'm in the hood like a transmission. All I got is haters, don't have opposition. Not a battle rapper. I don't do fictition like Jimmy Hoffa. Get a nigga missing. The fuck with me, you get boxed up like some takeout. I dare nigga to say something. You would think I'm Kareem, how this K-pop. But my girl stick with no makeup. Sleeping in the stool till the tape drop. I'm outside where it stay high. You posted in the crib like some face shot.
Man.
Booming. I got bars like a prison. Ay. I give orders, I don't listen. Punchline king, you better know your position. Man. Booming. For me, this too easy. Wallet fat, it's greasy. Punchline king, I'm another species.
Let's be frank, yeah. You never wanted my friendship.
Yeah.
You were afraid to be like that.
Real G's move in silence, you won't hear a sound. Look over your shoulder, nowhere to be found. I feel like a ghost is the face in the crowd. You don't need my name, you know who I'm around. Mafia diamonds embedded in crowns. Bosses don't get their hands dirty, not a stain, wipe me down. You probably heard we're the talk of the town.
Never mind, hush your mouth.
We all some good fellas chasing good cheddar. Gotta get it in whatever weather. Getting pizza dough, turn your brain matter into marinara. You're an NPC, a computer error. At full strength, we're an eldritch terror. Send you to the void. If we're too annoyed, let's not go there, you will be destroyed.
I feel like Obi-Wan the negotiator.
Don't cause no problems, no special favors. Stay out of our way unless you wanna get turned to vapors. Roll one up, here's a couple papers. Have a lesson, some food for thought, a whole plate I brought. Tell me what you want, give me what you got.
Yeah.
If you don't have my money for me, I'll crack your fucking head wide open in front of everybody in the bank.
Bing bow
Just
boom.
about the time that I'm coming out of jail,
Bro.
hopefully, you'll be coming out of your coma.
Wiggle.
And guess what? I'll split your fucking head open again.
Bow.
And I'm fucking
Bow.
stupid. I
Bow.
don't give a fuck about jail. That's my business.
It's what I
That's
do.
what I do.
New way, we kingpins. I'm pulling strings
Like violins.
Get violent. In and out before the sirens hit. Dipped out in a black bin. Spray at your family, ghost ride the wind. Loose lips gon' sink ships. That's why I keep them hostages. Talk once, it's your next
Next
kill.
kill.
We sending shots like body parts in packages. Chop it up with
The
the
big
big
boss.
boss. 24 carats and
Big
big
rods.
rods. I been hot and I spin the block. Screaming fuck the cops and I catch them up. And I dust his ass with some white chalk and I clean him up. Let's go get them up. Like
Whoa.
I'm a made man. Change the bag, then I shake hands. Cross the bridge, make 10 grand. When the pack lands, we bust down, bring it back in. Blue diamond, see the madness. We break the bank, so I'm stuffing
Benji's in my fucking mattress, and that's facts, bitch.
Welcome to the ProMotion Studio. Today we're joined by New Wave Mafia. What's up, squad?
New wave.
New wave.
How y'all doing?
We're doing all right, brother. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Good to have you guys in. We had a great live session with you, and you guys have been hard at work. New music, lots of shows. But let me get a little bit of background. How did you guys meet? Like, how did this thing form?
Man, well, these two are probably the best ones to explain that because they was the original family members.
Yeah, you gotta thank my girl, honestly, for that. You know, I was just a crazy man in the lab, and she worked with Boom, and she hit him up like, hey, if you a rapper, my homie's looking for someone to work with, you know.
Facts.
And the rest of the team just follow, you know, just trying to show the 865 we got something to offer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
More than
I
just
would-
Dolly Parton, you know.
Yeah, I work with Kirsty, you know, and she told me, man, my man does music. I said, that's fire, and you're a rapper, hit him up, and then the rest was history, man. I went over to their house, we sat in the lab,
Chop it
you
up
know,
and see
chopped
what
it
it is.
up,
Yeah.
and the rest was history. everybody else came. We pretty much, a lot of us knew each other. So
Yeah, we were already kind of friends beforehand in like just different ways, and then like over time we just kind of congealed together.
Dirge came in. It was like he came to one of our shows, I think, just to come party and hang out. It was just me and Boom, and we were doing whoever was there sound guy type thing.
Right.
And this guy, we'd listen to our tracks at the house.
everybody. We are the Anthony Lane Vibe. That's a tune called 20 Pews. It's another new song we got called In My Head. Hope everybody's doing well, taking care of each other. Stick around, all kinds of cool stuff happening tonight.
magazines. It's filled her life up with what she needs. Love is just a fragile thing. It's only temporary. If that's what you believe, then
Welcome back to the show. And that was a recap of an event we did at Brickyard this past Saturday. We do some great events at lots of great local venues. Be sure to follow our page. I mean, if you're not already, just make sure you click the follow button. You can find all the events over on the events tab. We've got so many events coming up already, booked through the end of the year. So you can plan out in advance if there's somebody you want to see. We're constantly dropping new events every day. And we've always got some really big events with bands such as Anthony Wayne Vibe playing around here locally. And we'd love it if you came out and support them. And yeah, we just have a great time. And I think Anthony's about set over there.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I feel pretty good about it. I don't know if the mic's going to get a bunch of beard or...
A bunch of beard?
you know.
Well, it's looking good, sounding good. Glad to have you.
Man,
and
thank you for having
So you're
me.
based up in Asheville, correct?
We're in Tri-Cities.
Tri-Cities, okay.
Yeah. But we're not far. You said Asheville, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not far from Asheville.
And so a little bit of background. You've toured extensively backing people up and as a solo performer. Who are some of the bands that you performed with?
Oh, well,
Didn't mean to lead off with the hardest question first.
Well, you know, we did some shows with, you know, I'm real happy to say we did some stuff with Colonel Bruce Hampton early in the day, and we did a bunch of shows with Driving and Crying, and do you remember the band Everything? Some of those early '90s, mid '90s, late '90s, 2000 bands we were on the road with, but you know, I ended up focusing a lot on what I was doing, and at whatever band or group of guys that we were playing with.
I was about to say, your background started, you were playing with a bunch of different groups,
Yeah.
and then you kind of pursued the solo thing.
I did, yep. I tried to, I moved to Nashville in '95 and tried to do that. And it's competitive. It's not unheard of to be successful there, obviously, but it's competitive.
Lots of Broadway vagabonds out there.
Yeah, I think that may be, so I just tried my best. And then, if you want to make it work, you have to be willing to do a whole lot of things. You got to be able to take jobs that you don't necessarily like, play different instruments. It was good that I knew a few instruments, so I would back up, singer-songwriters on drums or percussion. I learned Latin percussion pretty early on, so I was able to really apply that to every band loves a percussion player.
Oh yeah,
So
a good one's hard to come by.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether I made it or not, but it was so that was really an easy gig for me to get. Everybody wanted somebody that could do that kind of thing because it was funky. Rusted Root was popular. There was a lot of bands that were coming up that were really kind of cool and eclectic. So I was able to do that, and then obviously I'd been trying to play guitar for so long, and then I just played percussion, hand percussion, and sang. And then I really wanted to be a better guitar player, so I kind of just stayed in the house and didn't really go anywhere for a long time. Obviously, you work, and then so I got confidence there and doing open mics. I've been afraid of open mics my entire life, probably.
I think that's pretty common.
I still am. I think I got over my fear a little bit by hosting some of them. Tried to host a few and just to continue to be like part of the process,
Yeah.
And I love communicating with other artists and songwriters and sometimes every now and then I'll get a question. They'll ask me something, how to do this or that, and I get to go, yeah, wisdom, here it goes. That's what I've been training for my whole life, So then I got the confidence and I started playing, and then I created, I just did Anthony Wayne for a long time on the road, slept in my car, and just, by the grace of family, you're able to continue another month, and then next thing you know, you end up in Texas.
That real wayfaring lifestyle.
Sure, yeah. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It wasn't I don't know. Now things are a little bit different and much easier. I probably made it way more tough on myself than I ever needed to. But,
well, that's usually the
sure.
That in hindsight you realize, oh well, I could have done so much differently.
Sure, but it taught me all kinds of things. I don't know, not to get all deep, but when you're completely alone and broke, you dig deep.
Yeah. That's good for that art too.
Yeah. You either go to a place you can't recover from, or you go to a place that feeds the lion. When you feed that lion, then you become hungry, and then you create something, or you get a different job or something. But I wasn't going to quit because I felt like I owed it to myself, obviously, but to my family in some way, to the guitar that I was given. You know.
Well, the thing about even touring the road, being on the road and the open mics is you have a lot of weird, lonely times. But then you'll show up to a place and maybe one person in the crowd gets it. And then you have that kind of moment of clarity. It's just like, I spend a lot of time alone, but I'm not alone.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of that musical community and, man, it builds, so like you were talking about building that confidence. When you can go into a town, you don't know nobody, they don't know you, and you can still form a connection.
Yeah.
Over music. Like, that's pretty special.
And, you know, you get like these little glimmers of light and hope on the road sometimes, you know, where somebody connects with a lyric or somebody connects with something that you're doing. And everybody gets it. You know, it's tough to get people out for music, you know, primarily, but also for original music. That's you know.
Really?
You know, people are you know, but we do better in different cities. Obviously, you know, it's hit and miss. But, you know, you get like somebody will say something and say, hey, man, you know, I appreciate what you did. Or they'll tip you and give you some sort of a, you know, a little nudge. And you go, that's why I do it. Or this is why, you know, and then, or like there's all kinds. I'm not just saying it just has to rely on one person, you know, that gives you a tip or something. But like, you know, just talking about, you know, the band that is currently, you know, we've been having a lot of conversations about like what the future looks like for us, and we keep saying that it's got legs. This band has legs, and we really believe, like we all four really believe that. And we're having some conversations about, you know, what it looks like, you know, digging deeper as a family, you know.
Right.
You know, you get the tunes down, you got 25 songs, a couple of covers, whatever, you go out, play, you know, 100 shows a year, but then you start to dig into like what it's like to be brothers and like what it's like to be close on the road and like really learn each other and learn the songs and really communicate as a band on stage. Not so much as like over dinner, but like, you know, so, you know, those are glimmers of hope to me, you know, and I don't honestly know how I would even shut it down if I had to.
Well, speaking of the band and everything, you've got the solo album, Bury Who We Are.
Yep, that was a few years back, yep.
And you had another...
Well, I started working on a record. I was in a band called Earth by Train, and that had kind of run its course of 8 years, and I kept recycling, trying to get band members and this and that, and then I ended up just being solo. And I was like, well, the next thing I do is I wanted to rebrand. I'd kind of done 8 years of that, and I wanted to do something different. So I started out as just Anthony Wayne, and then I wanted to still, you know, I've always had that band in me. I want, you know, a family of like people on the road, and like we write songs together. You know, all the jokes, the inside jokes, and just like the booking together, and like being in the trenches. You know, like really working together as a team. I really that's very attractive to me, and that really forces the music to be something. I'm a guy and a guitar, and I feel like I do okay, but with Ryan Garterson on electric and his brother Eric Garterson on drums and Sean Simonius playing bass, it's something completely different. And so it really became the vibe now. You know, it was Anthony Wayne, and I threw the vibe in there just because I was a little unsure about Anthony Wayne Band, or like what comes the Anthony Wayne.
Everybody does. I like the vibe, man.
Yeah, and I was just like, what is it? What is it to me? And I wanted it to have that good energy and that vibe and that transfer from music to heart, and people hearing us and us playing to people and creating a community. And that's what speaks to me, and I think the band is really starting to grow into that. So it was like I had the idea, and then I was like, how do I get there? And, you know, I tried a couple of different configurations of the band, and it wasn't really working exactly like I had hoped. And then this just kind of really, I know people say it's got to be organic. You know, this really organically just fell into everybody's lap, and we're, you know, so I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate.
Well, you've got...
I don't know if that answers... I feel like
absolutely it answers my question. And it begs even more questions.
Okay,
like,
let's go.
The sound is incredibly, the sound's incredibly eclectic. To my ear, it sounds like 90s jam stuff, almost like you've got some Dave Matthews in there, but then you've got like some metal and funk and jazz, and it's but all these like sparse genres come together in something very unique. And I know that's what you were going for, because even the way you play is very unique. The way everybody's like parts go together and fit is real unique. And
Well,
was
thanks,
that
Josh. I
intentional, or
appreciate-
is that just kind of how
No.
things worked out?
I don't think anything. I don't think. I think now the awkwardness of my playing is probably very intentional.
It's not
but-
awkwardness, man. It's.
I know. I'm
I think
teasing.
is it something that comes with playing left-handed, or
Maybe, I started out as a drummer, so
Okay.
there is a rhythmic pattern
Very
to it.
rhythmic,
It's
yeah.
it's very percussive. I use the body of the guitar as much as I use the strings and the pick,
Yeah.
So it's very, maybe not. I probably know enough about the guitar to be just a little bit dangerous and make these guys have to work twice as hard than they really should. Sean is our liaison between me and the rest of the band. Sean helps me speak. He helps my mind and my heart be able to say, this is what I'm doing. I don't know if that's exactly what. And he goes,
you got to have one of
and then-
those emotional translators,
yeah,
man.
Sean goes, oh, okay. What he's saying, guys, is that he wants, but.
Yeah,
So,
those are important in any band for sure.
Yeah, and I think as much as we didn't really want to force it to be something, and I was pretty adamant about that. I felt in my heart out the front. I was just like, just be what it's going to be, and if Sean likes a very eclectic style of music. He loves a lot of metal and a lot of things of that sort. And like Ryan comes from a very blues loving environment, and Eric loves jazz. I'm not covering all of their styles, but those are some things that we all talk about and we love. We each listen to, not as much as the other, so we bring those things to it. And again, it comes back to that organic thing. My answer is always, it's really not. It just says Anthony Wayne.
Yeah.
That's it. The rest of it is us, and it's nothing without us.
Well, I know the first time that I met you, and it was the first time I saw you perform as well at Buckethead, maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that you were a drummer, but you had the percussion up front, and you had the pad and everything, and it lends to a really unique live experience because you don't often see the guy go from playing guitar to playing a synth pad and congas, and it's really eclectic. I mean, again, the live performance is just as eclectic as the music itself. And do the songs have a structure, or do you guys kind of let things flow sometimes?
I think there's a blueprint, just like with anything. I think we have to say there's going to be verses. These are the verse chords. Each song is different, but it's really loose in the 3/4 mark.
Yeah.
Intros, outros in the 3/4 mark are really our blueprint. And I want it to be that way because I want everybody to be able to express themselves. I want it to be as much performance as it is rehearsed.
Right.
And even in our rehearsals, we don't really go through all the songs. We just kind of remind ourselves, okay, there's 3 verses in this before we go into this, and then there's this on the outro. And so I'll see you guys at the end.
Right.
And we were talking about it today, how we're starting to really loosen up and not be so strict with ourselves of how it's, if it falls apart, let it fall apart. We'll know how to find it back,
Right,
we'll know.
right.
And I think some of my favorite parts about live music is the danger, of like when I see bands I really love and I go, how are they ever going to come back? They've gone too far.
Yeah.
You guys have gone too far. We're going to have to leave.
Then you hear somebody bring in some
Yes.
strange chord progression, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yep. And that's what.
That chord resolution that was completely eluding me.
Yep. That's what really splits your mind in half is
Yeah.
because you just go, I never thought they would have made it back. But
Yeah, brilliant.
So we're really digging into some of that and being experimental. And, there's a lot of failing. Honestly, there's a lot of falling flat and doing bad notes and like looking at each other like,
I tried.
Yeah, but like I love it. I go, 100 miles an hour. And honestly, if you, like they always say, if you make a mistake, do it twice,
Yeah. Make it look professional,
Sure,
man.
yeah. And there's a lot of like root things going on too. Like like you always listen to the kick drum, listen to where Sean is. Those guys really kind of hold it down.
Follow those fundamentals, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Those are always good lighthouse in the storm.
yeah.
Find Sean and you'll be okay.
So what's coming up for 2022? New releases on the way? New
Yes,
music?
we've got. I'm finishing up a tune called Mirror that we're reworking a little bit. We took a few instruments out. We're adding the boys in. We've recorded a full record with us, and it's at our studio, and we're working on it. We're chipping away at that, and then we've recorded every show that we played. So we have about 50. I don't know. I don't know. I've got quite a few live shows that
Wow,
we're going to go through.
So you're going straight like dead bootlegs and stuff.
That
with your
is the
shows.
plan. Yeah, we're
Hell
working
yeah.
on releasing the Patreon page, and that's going to be available to the website awvibe.com. You'll be able to go. We're going to try and do like a week turnaround, and try and have all the shows up as we get them. So lots of new music, cool videos. We're doing a music video for the song Mirror, which is. If we had time, I would really love to tell you about it, but it's far out.
Hey, you got to follow the page. You got to stay tuned.
Yes,
for music updates on that.
awvibe.com, and obviously with promotion, we're definitely very happy to be here, and
We're really happy to be working with you, man.
Man, so sign us up for another year. Let's do it.
right
Yeah.
on. Well, we're going to get back to some music with Anthony
Cool.
Wayne here in just a minute. Go follow his social media, Anthony Wayne Vibe, and he's coming to Knoxville quite frequently. We get him down here playing either solo or with his band as much as we can. So get out and see him. Go get some new music. He's got some coming on the way very soon. Or go pick up the album, Bury Who We Are. Yeah, right?
That's it, yeah. And we're playing tonight and tomorrow night here in town.
Oh, yeah, you're playing tonight.
Yeah, we're at Press Pub tomorrow night, or tonight and tomorrow night. So
Yeah,
as soon
come
as
on
we
down to
finish
Press Pub, Market Square.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking? Yeah.
Completely, it
Duh.
just now hit me. I was like, wait a minute, we're in town.
Yeah,
tonight?
why are you in town? Because you're playing at Press
That's exactly
Pub
right.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the pub. Come on out, have a great time with Anthony Wayne and the guys. And we'll be right back with some music to tempt you into that. Just that. See you here. Welcome back. We are live from Market Square, and we have just had a great time hanging out with Anthony Wayne and the guys. Come out, check them out tonight, Press Pub, Market Square. Tomorrow night, Press Pub, Market Square, starting at 9 p.m. So get those late night vibes. And check out all of our events over on or right there on the events tab if you're on Facebook right now. If you're on YouTube, click over to the Facebook. And yeah, man, thanks for joining us. Share this, let people know that we do this because we have a great time with it. We'd like to get more people involved. We'd like to get more great guests, more great musicians, just showcase all the great local talent and all the special things we got going on in this town. Right now, let's get back into some music with Anthony Wayne and the guys.
too weak a man to be anything more than I am, or what I am. But my love stood so strong, and with the steady vine said, let it go, boy, I'll help where I can. I couldn't write a better script for me to follow, yeah. And I follow. Is it all my fault? Are they just gonna be problems that I wrote? And I follow. Anyway, I can seem to see the light. Yes, anyway, I can seem to see the light. It's gonna be our time forevermore. 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 We're gonna keep it going, do another tune. Let's do a new one, boys. This is called, oh, sorry, here you go.
Wednesday, 7 to 8, and we can't thank you enough. Please share this with people. Let them know that we've got this cool ass thing going on. Let them tune in. Till then, we'll see you next time live from Market Square. Anthony Wayne, guys, take it out. Most times, you're the one who is always getting in my way. It's most of the time that I say. Most times, you're the one who's always pushing me away, and I don't even mind. Ooh, and all I want to say is, hate to say that I told you so, but I did. You say that it's time to go, but it is. You say, what do we do now? We live, we live, we live, we live. Hate to say that I told you. I hate to say it. Hate to say that I told you. So I told you so. Most times, you're the one who's always pushing me away and telling me everything will be okay.